Well, hey there, everybody. It's Kris from the Rate the Record podcast, and it's time for an episode redux. Now, what exactly is an episode redux, especially here on RTR? Because that can mean many things in many different places. For us on Rate the Record, so essentially, this is never really supposed to happen, but it will happen under like one or two conditions. Usually, either one of us will kind of feel like we've misscored an album, it didn't give it like a fair chance, or we just made a big mistake somewhere in our review. Obviously, we don't make a lot of mistakes. I mean, we joke around a lot, but we're pretty thorough with what we do. But once in a while, something happens with the albums where maybe you weren't so fair to a score and you feel like it deserves a second chance. And that's exactly what's happening today. You'll notice that I'm just by myself. Savannah's not here. These are just solo things because I'm not running down the entire album over again. I'm really only giving you the new album rating. Song rankings, that stays in cement. That's way too hard to kind of change around and fix and change the history of things. Album ratings, on the other hand, way easier. So for episode 33, we did that back in season 2. It was Tripping Daisy with the album Jesus Hits Like the Atom Bomb. So essentially going into that one, like obviously Savannah chose it. She thought very highly of it. I, on the other hand, C+ tiered it. My original score was 69.66. Didn't look too highly on it, but I will say ever since we've done that review, I've been thinking I need to give this one a second chance because I'm not going to get too personal, but I'm just going to say I wasn't in a good headspace that particular week. I was very, very busy with work. I was incredibly just frustrated and just low on mental health. Nothing to do with the podcast, nothing to do with Savannah. It was just like everything else behind the scenes kind of happening at the same time. So when it came time to review the album, I wasn't in headspace. I probably should have been. And therefore, I didn't give it an appropriate chance. So I decided, I was going to do this a long time ago, but I never really got around to it, never had the chance. But we're on break from season 4. Not break, but we're in between seasons right now, going on season 5 soon. So I figured, hey, well, with all this time off, I might as well get around to that redux. And here's the rule, too. Reduxes for an album can only be done once. We'll both discuss it, and if only one of us needs to change the score, then that score will change. It will not change beyond this. This is forever cemented after today. So if Savannah wants to do one, we'll discuss if I want to do it too. If not, it'll just be her, that whole idea. So Tripping Daisy, whatever happens today, will be the final score it will ever have and the final movement it'll ever have on the list. Will it be lower? Will it be higher? Will it be the exact same? I guess we'll just kind of jump into it now. I'll actually transition screens right now through the magic of OBS because it's just less editing for me. Here is what it looks like at the end of season 4. So I plan on doing a bit of a cleanup with this list. You'll notice after this too, it is slightly cleaner, but I still have more work to do. This is a pain in the ass, and this is why it sucks to do Photoshop sometimes. Anyway, this is the end of season 4, and if we look down here between Therion and Wilco, we'll see Tripping Daisy, Jesus Hits Like the Atom Bomb. As I said, it was 69.66 for me, and I think altogether came to 74.99% was our combined score. But I will say that obviously has changed. Sorry, I'm also looking on my other screen where the actual new scores are and everything, so I have to do that. But yeah, 74.99%, so it was a middle-of-the-road B-tier album with our combined scores. But that's when we can jump over to the new screen, and I can tell you exactly what happened to this album, so let's do that now. Boom, it's a little tidier, a little cleaner, different, and of course you'll notice that Jesus Hits Like the Atom Bomb is no longer between Therion and Wilco. No, it's above Pearl Jam, but just below Alice in Chains in the album Dirt, because my score changed from 69.66 to 72.33. So I went from C+ to a B-, and for one small score, that's actually quite a significant jump, dude. That's not so bad. And then that brought the overall score from 74.99 up to 74.99, yeah, to 76.33. So it's still a middle-of-the-road B-tier album, just barely. It's just almost a B+, but it did go up in our rankings, as you could see. So it's on the top tier of the B now. So originally I had listened to the album again. I mean, I've done it a few times just to kind of come to this conclusion. I wrote some mini scores, like a sentence for each song, but unfortunately I didn't save that file and it is gone forever now. But I just wanted to give like a one-sentence rundown of each song, but I can't do that. I noticed that a lot of songs had different like rankings too as compared to my first list, and I think one of the songs I ranked like pretty like high on the list last time or low, how depending on how you look at it, ended up being like number 1 this time. So that was pretty crazy. I wish I could have shared that. That was interesting to go through the first time, but unfortunately, again, I didn't save it. But the important thing is, Tripping Daisy did indeed move. And this is the importance of a Redux. I was in a better mindset for this one. I sat down and listened to this album like 3 or 4 times over like the last, let's say, couple of weeks. And I think I really came to a conclusion that I did like it just a bit more than I did last time. So, hey, I mean, that's got to mean something, right? And as you can see, the list still isn't entirely tidy and proper. I'm trying to resize things. I'm trying to reshape things. It's a little difficult. Bear with me. I'm not a Photoshop pro, so I'm doing the best I can. But the important thing is that Tripping Daisy has found a new spot on our list, and that is the Redux for episode 33. So this can never be changed again, even if Savannah wants to in the future. The idea, like, maybe we'll discuss that, and if she needs to do a Redux of it, maybe she can. But I doubt it, because I think she's pretty happy with her score. It was like 80, I believe it was. So I don't think she's going to touch that. But yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, this is cemented. This will never be touched again. Will we do another Redux? That honestly depends. When I look at the list, I don't feel like I have to. I'm pretty comfortable with everything that we have going on the list. I think Savannah has 1 or 2 she might have in mind. So yeah, this isn't a regular series. This isn't a regular thing. Hopefully we never have to do this again. Like, we don't really like to retcon things, but this is the only time we're going to do it, really. So yeah, there you go. There's we changed history a little bit. Episode 33 just jumped up huge on the list. I mean, it kind of did. It passed quite a few albums there, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Do you agree or disagree with this placement? Should it be higher? Should it be lower? Should I have left it alone? Let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, other than that, we will see you in season 5. So take care, friends.